If one morning you look in the mirror and realize that your face looks more sagging than before, even though you still take good care of your skin, still eat carefully, and have never neglected yourself, please don't rush to think that it's just because of age, because the truth is, many women over 60 are losing facial firmness, not because they are getting older, but because of silent underlying causes that no one has ever clearly explained. And in this video, you will understand why facial sagging is not just a matter of age, but a reflection of how the body after 60 responds to very familiar daily habits. Before talking about the hidden causes, we need to understand one very important thing. After 60, your face does not decline because you did something wrong. It changes because the body begins to operate under a completely different mechanism. When you were younger, the skin was automatically prioritized. Collagen was produced consistently. Circulation was strong. The supporting tissues underneath were always ready to keep the face stable. But after 60, the body becomes more cautious. It prioritizes energy for the heart, the brain, the joints, and metabolism before it thinks about the skin. Collagen does not disappear, but it is no longer distributed to the skin as generously as before. As a result, the face begins to soften. The jawline becomes less defined. The cheeks are more likely to sag, even though you haven't changed your skincare routine at all. Before we continue, I'd really love to know, which state in the United States are you watching this video from? Please leave a comment below. I read every single comment, and it helps me create content that's more relevant for women just like you. If you feel these insights help you understand your body better, please subscribe to the Woman Over 60 Secrets channel. My goal is to build a community of 100,000 subscribers, a place where women over 60 no longer feel confused or alone when facing the changes within themselves. And now, we're going to explore the silent causes that make facial sagging progress faster than biological age. When it comes to sagging facial skin, many women hear a familiar phrase, "That's just a normal part of aging." That statement isn't wrong, but it's not enough to explain the whole truth. Because if it were only about age, if it were simply the passage of time, then all women of the same age would experience facial sagging in the same way. But in reality, that's not the case. There are women in their 70s who still maintain relatively stable facial contours. Their faces aren't perfect, but they retain balance, harmony, and a sense of vitality. Meanwhile, there are women who have just entered their early 60s and already feel that their faces are aging faster than expected. Their cheeks feel softer, smile lines appear deeper. The jawline becomes less defined than before. This difference does not come from genetics alone. It comes from how the body responds to environment and lifestyle habits over many years, especially once the body enters the stage after 60. Factor 1. Sun exposure doesn't just darken the skin, it also causes sagging. Many women believe that sunlight only causes pigmentation, freckles, or dark spots. But in reality, the most significant damage from sun exposure happens deep within the skin, in places the naked eye cannot see. Ultraviolet rays break down collagen and elastin, the protein fibers responsible for keeping skin firm and elastic. When you're younger, the body can repair this damage relatively quickly. But after 60, as collagen regeneration slows, each episode of sun damage leaves behind much longer-lasting effects. The skin may not feel irritated, it may not turn red, it may not peel, but the supporting structure underneath is gradually weakening, and over time, the face no longer has enough internal strength to resist the pull of gravity. Factor 2. Gravity is constant, but weaker skin gives in. Gravity is not a new enemy. It has existed since you were young. What changes after 60 is not that gravity becomes stronger, but that the skin's ability to resist it becomes weaker. As collagen and elastin decline, the skin gradually loses its natural elasticity. In the past, the skin could be pulled downward during the day and naturally bounce back at night during rest. After 60, that rebound ability diminishes. The result is a set of very familiar changes. The cheeks subtly drift downward, smile lines deepen, the jawline becomes blurred. These changes do not happen because you slept wrong one night, not because you smiled too much, but because the skin no longer has the structural foundation to lift itself the way it once did. Factor 3. Facial fat and muscles change silently. One thing rarely explained clearly to women after 60 is this: the face is not supported by skin alone. It is also supported by fat pads and facial muscles beneath the skin. Over time, this internal distribution begins to change. Fat in some areas diminishes. Fat in other areas shifts downward. This process happens very slowly. So many women only notice it when they look in the mirror and feel that the face looks more droopy or more hollow than before. At the same time, facial muscles gradually lose firmness if they are no longer used as dynamically as they were in youth. This has nothing to do with whether you are thin or overweight. It has everything to do with how the body restructures itself with age. Factor 4. Poor circulation leaves the skin underfed. The skin is one of the first organs to lose priority when circulation weakens. After 60, blood is no longer pumped as forcefully or as evenly as before. Oxygen and nutrients reach the skin more slowly. In this situation, the body prioritizes the heart first, the brain first, and vital organs first. The skin, though deeply important to confidence and emotional well-being, falls lower on the survival priority list. When the skin is undernourished, natural repair processes slow down, less collagen is produced, and the skin becomes softer, making it more prone to sagging over time. The most important thing to remember: facial sagging is not a personal failure. It does not mean you took poor care of your skin or did something wrong. It is the result of many small factors accumulating over time, especially as the body transitions into a new operating phase. And the good news is this: when the causes are understood correctly, we can begin adjusting the signals the body is receiving. In the next section, we'll talk about even deeper hidden causes, things that feel very familiar in everyday life, yet have a powerful influence on how the face changes after 60. Once it becomes clear that facial sagging does not come only from age or sun exposure, many women begin to ask themselves, so what else is silently affecting my face every single day without me realizing it? The answer does not lie in anything unfamiliar. It lies in very familiar habits, so familiar that we rarely consider that they could deeply affect the structure of the skin over time. Hidden cause 1, sleeping position, is shaping the face every night. After 60, the skin no longer recovers as quickly as it once did. When you sleep on your side or on your stomach, your face is pressed against the pillow for many hours, night after night. The pressure can be very light. It doesn't cause pain. It doesn't leave obvious marks in the morning, but it is this repeated pressure that gradually trains the skin and underlying tissue to adapt to a downward pull. At first, the change is very subtle. Almost no one notices it. But over time, many women begin to realize one cheek sags more than the other. Smile lines become uneven. The chin and jawline soften more quickly. This does not happen overnight. It is the result of thousands of nights of gentle but constant pressure, when the skin no longer has enough elasticity to fully return to its original position. Hidden cause 2, chronic dehydration, without realizing it. After 60, the sensation of thirst is no longer as strong as it was when younger. Many women drink very little water, yet don't feel tired, don't feel a dry throat, so they assume everything is fine, but the skin does not see it that way. When the body is chronically dehydrated, collagen loses flexibility. Elastin becomes more fragile. The skin's supporting structure weakens from within. You may still apply moisturizer diligently every day, but if the inside lacks water, the skin cannot maintain its natural firmness. And when the skin loses its internal lifting force, gravity can pull the face downward more easily, even when external skincare is done very carefully. Hidden cause 3, sugar and refined carbohydrates silently destroy collagen. This is one of the most important causes, yet it is rarely explained clearly. When blood sugar levels remain elevated over long periods, a reaction called glycation occurs. This reaction causes sugar molecules to bind to collagen and elastin, making them stiff, brittle, and unable to stretch naturally. Healthy collagen is like a brand new rubber band, soft, flexible, and able to bounce back. Glycated collagen is like a rubber band left in the sun too long, dry, brittle, and easy to snap. After 60, the body removes these damaged collagen fibers very slowly. As a result, a long-term diet high in sugar or refined carbohydrates can cause facial sagging to accelerate, even if body weight does not change. Hidden cause 4. Prolonged stress prevents proper skin repair. Stress is not only obvious anxiety or major life events. After 60, many women live in a constant state of always thinking, shallow sleep, feeling the need to always hold it together. These subtle states keep stress hormones elevated for long periods of time. And when the body feels stressed, it prioritizes survival, not repair. That means blood flow to the skin decreases. Nighttime repair processes are shortened. Collagen is not fully regenerated. As a result, the face looks more tired, softer, and sags more quickly, without any clear warning signs. Why these causes matter even more after 60. In the past, the body could compensate for less than ideal habits. One poor night of sleep could be balanced by a deep, restorative night. One unhealthy meal could be corrected quickly. After 60, that compensatory ability decreases significantly, not because the body becomes weak, but because it becomes more selective in how it uses energy. And when the skin is no longer a high-priority organ, every small impact becomes more visible on the face. The most important thing to remember, facial sagging, is not a sign that you have done something wrong. It is simply a signal that your body is asking for gentle but properly directed adjustments. In the next section, we will talk about early warning signs that indicate the face is sagging faster than biological age, and why recognizing them early can help slow this process in a natural and sustainable way. Many women only truly realize that their face has changed when sagging has already become quite noticeable. But in reality, the body sends signals very early. We were simply never taught how to recognize and listen to those signals. After 60, recognizing changes early is far more important than trying to fix things once everything is clearly visible on the face. First sign, the face looks tired even after enough sleep. One of the earliest signs is not wrinkles, but the overall appearance and presence. You may get enough sleep, not stay up late, not feel particularly stressed. Yet when you look in the mirror in the morning, your face still appears softer, slightly drooping, lacking natural support. This feeling is very different from ordinary fatigue. It does not disappear after a day of rest. This is a sign that the nighttime recovery process is no longer strong enough to rebuild the skin's supporting structure as it once did. Second sign, the jawline is no longer as defined as it was a few years ago. Many women notice this when taking side profile photos or when looking at themselves in the mirror from a different angle. The line between the chin and the neck begins to blur. It is no longer as sharp as it was a few years earlier. It is important to emphasize this is not caused by weight gain, and it is not just a neck skin issue. It is a sign that the supporting tissues in the lower face are gradually weakening and no longer holding the original structure. Third sign, the cheeks slowly but consistently shift downward. This change is often very subtle and easy to overlook. You may notice the cheeks feel slightly lower. Smile lines appear deeper, but not as new wrinkles. The face looks as if it is sloping downward, rather than lifting upward, as it once did. What's important to note is that this change is not accompanied by pain, tightness, or discomfort. It happens quietly, as collagen and elastin are no longer strong enough to keep tissues in their original positions. Fourth sign, the skin feels drier and less elastic despite careful moisturizing. Some women say, "I'm using moisturizer more consistently than before, but my skin still feels weak and soft." End quote. This is a very important signal that many people overlook. When the skin begins to lose elasticity, it does not bounce back quickly when touched. It feels looser when washing the face. It sags more easily when smiling or speaking. This indicates that the issue is no longer on the surface of the skin, but within the underlying support structure. At this point, adding more skincare products alone will not address the root cause. Fifth sign, the face changes faster within just a few years. If you've ever thought, just in the past 2 or 3 years, my face has changed, more than in the 10 years before combined. That feeling is not subjective. After 60, when the body enters a new phase of energy distribution, many silent factors that have accumulated over years can begin to surface all at once. That is why many women feel as though their face has suddenly declined, when in reality, it is the visible result of a long process that has reached its point of expression. Why recognizing these signs early matters so much? At this stage, we do not need drastic changes. After 60, the body responds best to small adjustments, gentle approaches, consistency over time. When you recognize the early signs, you can help your body redistribute energy more effectively, support circulation naturally, reopen the skin's recovery window before sagging becomes obvious. One very important thing before moving on: facial sagging is not the enemy. It is a form of communication from the body. And when we understand that signal correctly, we don't need to fight our bodies. We simply need to work with them. In the next section, we will talk about small daily lifestyle adjustments that can help the face maintain stability for longer without pressure, or the feeling of having to fight aging. After recognizing the early signs, the next important step is not to look for a drastic or expensive solution. In fact, after 60, the face responds best to very small adjustments made in the right rhythm. Adjustment 1. Creating a sense of safety for the body in the evening. The body only repairs itself when it feels safe. After 60, if the evening is still full of stimulation, watching late-night news, using the phone in bed, eating heavy meals, or eating too late, the body will prioritize alertness instead of recovery. Simply eating dinner a little earlier, reducing bright light after 9 p.m., giving the body a quiet pause before sleep is enough to reopen the nighttime repair signal. And when nighttime recovery improves, the facial skin benefits as well. Adjustment 2. Drinking water by rhythm, not by thirst. Instead of trying to drink a large amount at once, spread water intake throughout the day. 1 glass of warm water upon waking, a small glass mid-morning, 1 glass before lunch. This approach helps keep circulation more stable, maintain the skin's natural elasticity, prevent collagen from becoming dry and stiff from within. The skin is better supported without needing additional complex products. Adjustment 3. Reducing sugar without extreme restriction. There is no need to eliminate it completely. Simply reduce sweets in the evening. Avoid refined carbohydrates when tired. Prioritize simple, easy-to-digest meals. More stable blood sugar helps collagen stay stronger and less prone to silent damage. This is one of the adjustments that has the greatest impact on the speed of sagging after 60. Adjustment 4. Letting the face be used every day. Facial muscles are like any other muscles. If they are not used regularly, they become weaker. Simply talk more. Smile naturally. Gently massage the face while applying cream. These small movements help maintain facial muscle tone and support the underlying structure. Adjustment 5. Don't push the skin. Support it. After 60, the skin does not like being rushed. Too many strong products, too many skincare steps can create additional stress instead of helping the skin recover. The skin needs consistency, gentleness, simplicity. Only then will the body be willing to reinvest in the skin. A very important question for you. If, after listening to this, you feel ready to start with small adjustments, please comment number 1. If you still feel you need more time to think and observe your body, please comment number 0. I read every single comment, and your feedback helps me know which direction to go deeper in future videos. In the conclusion, we will look back together at why facial sagging is not something to fear and why after 60, understanding the body is always more powerful than any anti-aging method. When you look back at everything we've just shared, you may realize one very important thing. Facial sagging is not a sign that you have done something wrong. It simply shows that, after 60, the body is operating on a different rhythm, slower, more cautious, and more selective in how it distributes energy. When the body feels safe, feels listened to, and is not being forced to go back to the way it used to be, it becomes willing to invest again. in long-term processes, including the skin. Many women have told me that, after just a few weeks of adjusting small daily habits, they not only notice that their face feels calmer and softer, but they also feel more at ease. When looking in the mirror each morning, not because their skin has become perfect, but because they are no longer fighting their own body. A small message before leaving this video. If this video helped you better understand why the face changes after 60, please press like to support the channel. If you think these insights could help a friend, a sister, or a loved one feel less worried about changes in their body, please share this video with them. And if you would like to continue this journey with me, where we talk about skin, health, and inner peace for women after 60, in a way that is scientific yet deeply understanding, please subscribe to the Woman Over 60 Secrets channel. Every subscription helps this community grow larger, warmer, and allows me to continue sharing content created specifically for women just like you. Thank you for staying until the end of the video, and I look forward to seeing you again in our next sharing session.